WLD Audio, the story of Yacon. Imagine you're walking through the Andes Mountains of South America hundreds of years ago. The air is thin, the landscape is rugged, and the journey between villages can take days. Water is precious. Food must be carried or gathered along the way. Now imagine coming across a plant with large green leaves and sunflower-like flowers. Beneath the soil lies a hidden treasure. A crisp, juicy root so full of moisture that travellers would pull it from the ground and eat it fresh. This plant became known as Yacon. Its name comes from the Quechua language of the Andes and is often translated as water root. For generations, Indigenous people valued Yacon not only as a food crop, but also as a refreshing source of hydration during long journeys through the mountains. Today, Yacon is still surprisingly unknown outside gardening circles, despite being one of the most interesting edible plants a home gardener can grow. At first glance, Yacon doesn't look particularly special. Above ground, it grows into a large leafy plant that can reach well over a metre tall. But below the surface, it produces clusters of storage roots that can become quite large. Unlike potatoes, sweet potatoes, or taro, Yacon is often eaten raw. The first time many people try Yacon, they're surprised. You expect something starchy because it grows underground. Instead, you bite into a root that is crisp, juicy, and refreshing. The flavour is often described as a mix of pear, apple, watermelon, and celery. In fact, if someone handed you a peeled piece of Yacon without telling you what it was, you might never guess it came from beneath the soil. Freshly harvested roots are sweet, but something interesting happens after harvest. As the roots sit in storage, some of their carbohydrates begin converting into simple sugars. This means the roots often become noticeably sweeter over the following weeks. For gardeners, this creates a pleasant dilemma. Eat them fresh and enjoy their crisp, refreshing texture, or store them for a while and enjoy a sweeter flavour. In the kitchen, Yacon is remarkably versatile. Many people simply peel it and eat it fresh like fruit. It can be sliced into salads, added to fruit platters, blended into smoothies, juiced, pickled, or dehydrated into chips. It can also be cooked, although many growers prefer it raw because cooking removes some of the crisp texture that makes it unique. One of the reasons Yacon has gained attention in recent years is because it contains naturally occurring fructooligosaccharides, often shortened to FOS. These compounds contribute to its sweetness while making Yacon quite different from many other root crops. But perhaps the biggest reason gardeners fall in love with Yacon has nothing to do with nutrition, it's productivity. A single plant can produce an impressive harvest of edible roots while also creating plenty of planting material for future crops. Once established, it is easy to maintain, rewarding to grow, and generous at harvest time. For me, Yacon represents something I enjoy about edible gardening. It challenges expectations. Most people have heard of potatoes, many know sweet potatoes, but very few have heard of a root crop that tastes more like a pear than a potato. It's one of those plants that reminds us how much edible diversity still exists in the world. Hidden among the familiar crops are countless useful plants that deserve a place in our gardens. And perhaps that's why Yacon continues to win over gardeners wherever it is grown. A root from the mountains of South America, a source of food and water for travellers, a productive backyard crop, and quite possibly one of the sweetest surprises growing beneath the soil. If you'd like to explore more crops, information sheets, videos, and audio profiles, simply return to the WLD library where you'll find related plants and growing resources. Thanks for listening, and we hope this information was useful to someone out there.